Welcome back to my channel, everyone. So I went ahead and watched the complete season of The Witcher on Netflix, and I know was going to do episode by episode. I didn't do that because I got into him so much that I lost track of that, and I just kind of went all the way through to the full, watched all 8 episodes. So this is gonna be real fast overall review, quick season recap, no spoilers. So Henry Cavill as the Witcher, we all know that, Geralt, and then basically this takes place in the first book, which I'm reading right now actually. So it's the show. I liked it. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10, an 8 out of 10. Okay, possibly that's for somebody that's really into this kind of genre of stuff. For a person that's not normally into these kind of shows, you're probably going to give it like a 6, due to a few reasons that don't necessarily spoil it, but there is some. This kind of spoils the season a little bit. If I give out this, so if you don't want to hear any spoilers, I'm gonna give you about a few seconds to just go ahead and turn off my video. But so going forward from right now, we're gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about spoilers. Nothing big, but a little bit. So more of the formatting of the way they did the show, more so than actual plot points. So the main thing I liked about the show is Geralt. They got him. I mean, if you played the Witcher 3 games or the Witcher games, then they pretty much he got all of that off of that game, those games. Perfect. Can't really ask for any. I can't even think of anybody else that could play him better than that. Honestly, the Yennefer was awesome. I mean, she's not exactly like the person in the game, as far as looks, a little bit shorter right now, but it doesn't matter. They got her down good. Cirilla, younger version, right, from the video game, or from the third game, but I think they got her pretty good. They're showing her. It's showing what happened to her, how she got in the care of Geralt, right? So that's good. They got her down pretty good. The one main person in the games that's better in the games than in the show is Triss Marigold. They kind of messed her up, miscast her, and then the person didn't act like her at all. But that's from the games, okay? So that's the show is based on the books. But from what I hear, she would not like the books either. So that's another thing. So I liked all the characters, the overall story I like. What I don't like is there's some like ballroom scenes in there when they're at the mage's castle. I think it felt too like retro and kind of modern. And then there was some editing choices that are not good. And then I did not like the time jumping. Okay, I didn't like that. If they're gonna do that, personally, it works for other shows and it works for other movies, but for this particular franchise, I want to know like if you're gonna go to another kingdom, like put like in the kingdom at the bottom. I like how they kind of do it in the old days, Kingdom of Nilfgaard or whatever, Temeria or whatever whenever they jump, like I want to see like at the bottom like the so and so province year this. Like I don't for this kind of show I don't. That's just my personal take. I don't like the jumping around of timelines, like, and you don't know what's happening, and you're like, oh wait, you figure it out. You're like, oh wait a minute, this happened before that, because Geralt's like is like really old compared to these people because he's a Witcher, so he lives longer. So then Yennefer too. So we don't even know how old they are. Geralt's like they say like it's like 100 years old or something. So like a lot of this stuff happens like 50 years before, or something like that. Like the first episode apparently is like years before the rest of the stuff. So that was my biggest complaint of the show. Um, I didn't like some of the Nilfgaard armor is. I don't like it. Um, they didn't. I don't know why I don't know why they did it that way, but it's all right. I guess they're trying to do their own thing and not do the copy. Maybe it has something to do with the Project CD Red, whatever company. They can't copy everything. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some of that stuff's their design, so they can't use it from the game. But I would have liked. Honestly, I think they should have been a lot more Geralt monster hunting and helping people. Like, I really think the first 2 episodes should have been like straightforward him investigating monsters for like for money. Like it shouldn't have been because we want to know him more. And that's what his main thing is, hunting monsters. So at least the first episode should have all, how he's fighting the swamp monster in the Kikimora in the beginning, wherever the heck it's called. I can't pronounce all these, even when I play the games too, and I can't remember all of them how to pronounce them. It should have been the whole episode should have been him like taking the mission, investigating, preparing his potions. And then going out into the swamp and fighting this thing. The whole first episode should have just been about him, not these side plots of because like nobody knows about all the other stuff yet. You should have eased it into people about all the mystical stuff going on that's on the side and historical stuff, the 50 princesses and all that stuff. But that's really all my only complaints I had was that I just wish it would have been more. Not refined. I guess refined. I guess everything is fine. I like the characters, and there's a particular scene when Yennefer is running from a assassin mage. That's awesome. Like the portal jumping and stuff. All that stuff's cool. So the show, I give it an 8 out of 10. I give it an 8 out of 10. It's not exactly like the games. So if you're more of a fan of the game, might not like it as much, kind of like me. The book folks, maybe I give it a little bit higher, but coherency. That's coherency. I guess you could say a little bit more. Coherency to the flow of the episodes. That's basically what I'm saying. I would like a little bit more of that. And it really, the last 2 episodes really kind of get that. You get that coherency kind of at the end. So they figured it out. The mage battle and the defense of the castle, which was awesome. So at the end, last 2 episodes are kind of pretty much what I want from the rest of the series. And then Geralt, starts fighting some monsters and things. But I wanted to see him actually do a full investigation on a monster, So, kind of use his senses, and I want to see more signs. He used some signs, which is cool. And so the direct hand-to-hand combat in this show is perfect. I don't think they can do anything else with that. That's awesome. They got all that down. The monsters, when they do show up, I like them. It looks like they use a lot of practical effects on some of that stuff. Some of the stuff they did there's this episode with, I don't want to give it away too much, but a dragon shows up, which is in the books and stuff. So I just thought that some of the CGI was not the greatest. It's Netflix, so But overall, 8 out of 10 for the show. The acting's great. The first few episodes are a little weak. I'm gonna put it like that. A little confusing, especially when you deal with the mage stuff and the mage castle, everything that starts off really cool, like with Yennefer, how she is, but then it gets a little convoluted of like what's going on, who's doing what, who's working for who. Yeah, and some of the time jumping in the series is a little bit, I don't like it. And and I get it, the way the mages, they don't age, right? They have to use magic and stuff, so. But there should be a way for them to show the aging of different things around them, to show the time jump. But I guess it's kind of from their point of view, right? So I guess that does make sense in a way. Overall, don't go in thinking this is a Game of Thrones. This is complete opposite. It's It's more of a closer to like a D&D type of thing going on here than it is a Game of Thrones. More because there's actually elves, and I wouldn't even say this is like Lord of the Rings. It's not even close to that either. It's a little bit it's closer to that than the Game of Thrones, I guess. This is monsters and things. But this is kind of its own thing. It's fantasy, but it is kind of its own thing. So it's kind of keep an open mind and with the magic and the curse. There's a lot of curses and magics and monsters and you know, apparently there's multiverses. So this used to be a regular planet with this regular humans and animals, but then like there was a different universe. So all right, well, thank you for watching my video, and stay tuned for the next video. All right, thank you.